If you're looking to become superhuman, there are four components that you need to focus on. There is mind, there is body, there is systems, and there is environment. Let's go through each one and exactly what do they mean when you become superhuman. First of all, my name is Riley, and I'm the founder of GetSuperhuman.io, and I help people become superhuman. And the way to do that is think of a video game character, and that video game character could have stats. Let's say it's out of 100, 20 out of 100, 50 out of 100, 75 out of 100, 90 out of 100, or 100 out of 100. And that person that's functioning at 20 out of 100 versus 100 out of 100, they're going to be two completely different people. And that might even be versions of yourself. There might be a current version of you that's running at 25% of your capacity when you have 75% more left in the tank. And there's that inner potential that's untapped that you can tap into. It's just you're not able to because your body is not allowing you to, because there are holes or inefficiencies in your system, in your engine, that's preventing you from doing so. And so if you want to become the best, think of a movie game character or a video game character in your life, we got to focus on the inside first and increasing and upgrading those stats to get you to 100 out of 100 as quickly as possible. And then when you become superhuman, you can do whatever you want in your life easier, faster, with greater output, and things just get good really fast. And nobody's focusing on this because they're focusing on the external tactics, surface level things, but ultimately it's bringing it back to the inside. And then from there, when you shoot outward, it's going to be like hitting the NOS button, but keeping it there for eternity. So let's dive into each one. So first, the mind. What is the mind? Well, ultimately achieving clarity, emotional mastery. That is what having a mind that is superhuman is all about. And your body, if you have vitality, you recover well, you have great aesthetics. Now, most of the channel is for males, and in which case you have that golden ratio of the shoulder to waist ratio, where it's that V taper. That's what most guys are looking for. And sure, there are guys who just want to look healthy. The dad bod is fine. I don't judge. There's nothing against it. For the people who are looking to achieve really that superhuman physique, think maybe Brad Pitt in the movie Troy. Think your favorite bodybuilder, any other movie star like Ryan Gosling and some of these other ones. Like, it does exist. I'm not going to say specifically each one because everybody has a different ideal body type that they're looking for. I'm not talking about a serious roided up bodybuilder, but think about your ideal physique. And, currently maybe it feels like it takes a lot of work and it's a long way to get to that physique. Well, what if I told you that with the right exercises that's customized to your body type, because we know exactly how your body works, all the systems on the inside. We know exactly how many reps to do, how many sets to do, how many recovery days that we need to take, what exercises do we have to do in the right sequence because it fits your body. While you're sleeping, you're actually losing fat instead of gaining fat, and your body becomes a fat burning machine while you're just stationary, and you're building muscle while you're just stationary. This is totally possible on the physical level. And ultimately, you have vitality. So it's not just longevity, how long are you going to live for, but day to day, you have a ton of energy. And let me tell you how important having energy is for doing business deals, for doing sales calls, for doing, like mastering any environment, for building relationships, for achieving the things that you want to achieve. Do you ever notice that the people where everything just goes their way, they just have a lot of energy all the time? Like, they never get tired. Think of Jeff Bezos, think of Elon Musk, think about the greats that have been around in history. Napoleon, like Alexander the Great, like they all had energy to be able to get them from point A to point B, whatever that point A and B goal actually was. And maybe you're at, A, some people are at C, some people are at M, and we all want to get to Z. But what we have to do, no matter where we are, is be able to increase the engine from which we are starting from. And then we're going to be able to get to that point a lot faster because we can just do so much more in a condensed time period and in a way that's a lot more effortless than we realized. So that's going to be the big thing. Also, what if, and I'm not advocating this, but what I've seen with existing clients is they used to sleep 8 to 9 hours a night and they were still tired. But by increasing the quality of their sleep and increasing their body's efficiency, how it runs, just like a car, what we're able to do is make it so they don't burn through less gas. And in fact, because it was running so efficiently, we were able to increase the quality of their sleep, and they didn't need as much sleep, and they actually felt better. So instead of having 9 hours of sleep, we brought that down to 7 hours of sleep. For a couple people, I brought that down to 6 hours of sleep because they just had no hours available in the day to get sufficient sleep. And sometimes all people have is 6 hours of sleep. So those people's cases is, how do we get that 6 hours of sleep to be the most efficient possible to get the deep sleep, the REM sleep that we need. So our heart rate variability is sky high, resting heart rate is low. Everything is just thriving. There's vitality there, and they bring that to the forefront of everything they do. So that's the body piece. Next is systems. Now, once we get the inside figured out, there are, we could argue that the inside is systems too, but what I'm talking about with systems is systems in your life with business, using AI, using technology, using gadgets, using hacking tools that's available to us via technology, so we can just make things run in automation mode. How can we automate our routines? How can we stack habits? So you can just scratch hours off each week and save time, so you can spend that time doing the things that matter most to you in a way that is more fun and in a way that's more effortless. And then finally, we have environment. So this is going to be wealth, it's going to be relationships, it's going to be freedom, it's going to be personal sovereignty. Once we get the mind down, the body down, the systems down, and we're in the right environment to do so, when you combine these four things, you have no other choice but just to increase your video game character stats and go from 20 out of 100 to 90 plus out of 100 very quickly. I've seen people do it in 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. Some people might take 1 year. Everybody is different. The most important thing is don't judge yourself. You'll get there when you get there, but I want you to know that there is a faster way. So if you're interested in what this way potentially looks like for you, there's a couple things you can try. The first is a Superhuman playbook, which you can download in the link down below. And if you like something that's a little bit more personalized to you, you can reach out. There's a link down to do that as well. Thank you. I hope this made sense. I will catch you in the next video.